If you've invested in real estate and you're nearing retirement, I want you to hear the story of Steve and Carol, a couple from Naples, Florida, who thought they had everything figured out until the financial markets turned and they realized just how vulnerable their retirement really was. Now, before we get into their story, consider this. The Fed just warned that commercial real estate could trigger pockets of financial stress, with growing instability in regional banks. And inflation? It's cooling on paper, but prices at the grocery store are still 20% higher than they were just a couple years ago. If you're holding property, you already know this. Real estate can be an incredible wealth builder, but it's also illiquid, cyclical, and tied to interest rates and local economic conditions. That's why so many real estate investors, like Steve and Carol, are quietly hedging their exposure. They're doing it by moving part of their retirement accounts into something much more stable, something that isn't dependent on banks, tenants, or the Fed's next move. That something is a gold IRA. Now back to Steve and Carol. Steve was a former construction manager. Carol worked in healthcare admin. Together, they'd built a strong portfolio of rental properties worth just over $3.8 million. But when several vacancies hit at once during the 2023 downturn and interest rates shot up, they found themselves cash flow poor and uncertain about the future. That's when their CPA introduced them to a gold IRA. Not a full conversion, but a strategic move. They rolled over $587,000 from one of their traditional IRAs into a gold IRA. Why? Because physical gold isn't tied to Wall Street. It doesn't care about rent checks. It doesn't need a good economy to hold value. And most importantly, it gave them peace of mind. A financial anchor. That decision, Steve told me, started with a free guide, the one I'm offering you at the end of this video. Now, if you've built your retirement with real estate, you're already ahead of the game. But don't let that success blind you to risk. Think about what's happening right now. We're seeing declining commercial property valuations. Regional banks loaded with real estate debt are facing losses. Global tensions are pushing gold prices near all-time highs. And the US just crossed $34 trillion in national debt. Gold has been used to preserve wealth for thousands of years, for a reason. It's tangible. It's real. And with a gold IRA, you can roll over part of your 401k or IRA into physical gold that you own without triggering taxes or penalties. No management fees, no smoke and mirrors, just pure private asset protection. And before you ask, no, this isn't about some free silver coin gimmick or a high-pressure sales pitch. In fact, our process is different. You'll get a free guide plus a no-obligation, one-on-one call with a real retirement specialist who will simply help you learn if it's a fit. That's it. No pressure, no push. Look, Steve and Carol didn't stop investing in real estate, but they sleep better knowing that if markets crash or their properties go vacant, they still have real value tucked away, quietly growing, untouched by Wall Street chaos. And it all started with that free gold IRA guide. So here's what I want you to do right now. If you have $100,000 or more in a retirement account, IRA, 401k, whatever, go claim your free guide today. Take the 5 minutes, read it, have the call. Because this isn't just about protecting what you've built. It's about protecting who you built it for. Your spouse, your children, your legacy. You've worked too hard to let it all ride on a single market. A gold IRA gives you balance. It gives you confidence. And most of all, it gives you control. Click the link, get the guide, and take that first step, like Steve and Carol did, toward a safer, more resilient retirement. Because peace of mind is priceless.